Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. And today we are talking about a hero that quietly became one of the most influential supports in Hero Wars, Alliance. A hero that doesn't need flashy one-shot mechanics. A hero that doesn't need gigantic critical hits. A hero that doesn't need to be the center of attention. Because while everyone is looking at the damage dealers, Byrna is making those damage dealers stronger. While everyone is watching the tanks survive, Byrna is making those tanks harder to kill. While everyone is focusing on ultimates, Byrna is helping allies reach those ultimates faster. And Guardians. That is exactly why Byrna has become one of the most valuable heroes in the game today. Because she does not simply heal. She empowers. She accelerates. She amplifies. And perhaps most importantly, she turns long battles into nightmares for the enemy team. The longer Byrna remains active, the stronger her team becomes. And today, Guardians, we are going to understand exactly why. The Orc Princess arrives on the battlefield together with her guardian spirit, and immediately we notice something different about her design philosophy. Most supports choose one direction: healing, protection, energy, buffs. Byrna somehow combines all of them. And that combination is what makes her so dangerous. Because Byrna's value is not found in a single skill. It is found in how all her mechanics work together. Everything begins with Roar of Nature. And Guardians. This ability perfectly represents Byrna as a hero. Because while the Guardian Spirit unleashes magical damage against nearby enemies, that same damage becomes healing for nearby allies. Think about that for a moment. The enemy takes damage. Your team receives healing. One action. Two benefits. And this is why her magic penetration artifact is so important. Some players only see magic penetration as an offensive stat. But on Byrna, it is also a healing stat. Because the more damage she inflicts, the more healing she generates. Which means every point of magic penetration helps both sides of the equation. More pressure, more sustain, more value. And this becomes especially noticeable against enemies with lower magic defense. The spirit strikes harder. The healing becomes stronger. And suddenly the entire team starts feeling incredibly difficult to bring down. But Roar of Nature is only the beginning. Because Byrna's Guardian Spirit is one of the most unique companions currently available in Hero Wars. The spirit cannot be directly targeted. It inherits Byrna's magic attack. It inherits Byrna's magic penetration. And while it continues supporting the battle, Byrna herself starts focusing on something else entirely. The ally that needs help the most. Whenever an ally falls into danger, the spirit immediately shifts its attention toward them. And this is where Byrna becomes truly frustrating to fight against. Because the ally with the lowest health suddenly receives continuous healing and additional energy generation for an incredible 20 seconds. 20 seconds. That is an eternity in Hero Wars. And Guardians. Energy is one of the most powerful resources in the game. Because energy means ultimates. Ultimates mean momentum. And momentum wins battles. This is why Byrna works so well alongside heroes that rely heavily on their abilities. She is not simply keeping them alive. She is helping them reach their strongest moments faster. And if you've ever fought a team where enemy ultimates seem to arrive endlessly, There is a very good chance Byrna was helping make that happen. But perhaps the most underrated part of her kit is her ability to increase maximum health. Because most healers restore lost health, Byrna goes much further. She increases the size of the health pool itself. And Guardians. That changes everything. A bigger health pool means bigger survivability. Bigger survivability means longer fights. Longer fights mean more healing. More healing means more ultimates. More ultimates mean more pressure. And suddenly the entire battle begins feeding itself. This is exactly why Byrna becomes stronger as the fight progresses. The enemy wants a fast battle. Byrna wants a long battle. And if Byrna gets what she wants, the outcome often becomes extremely difficult to change. This is also why burst damage and control remain some of the best ways to deal with her. Because if she is allowed to establish her rhythm, she starts creating advantages that continuously stack throughout the fight. And Guardians. One of the biggest reasons Byrna has become so popular is her flexibility. She works almost everywhere. She is not locked to one faction. She is not locked to one composition. She simply improves teams. And heroes that improve teams are always valuable. One of her strongest partners is Electra. Because while Electra creates magical pressure, disruption and battlefield control, Byrna ensures that pressure never stops. Electra creates opportunities. Byrna allows the team to capitalize on those opportunities for longer periods of time. Together they create tremendous magical pressure while remaining surprisingly durable. Then we arrive at Alvana. And the synergy here feels incredibly natural. The permanent Earth Rune interaction gives Byrna additional protection and helps her remain active even longer. And Guardians. A protected Byrna is a dangerous Byrna. Because every extra second she survives creates more value for her entire team. Mojo is another excellent example. Because healing and energy generation already work beautifully together. When both heroes begin supporting the same structure, the sustain becomes ridiculous. Battles that should have ended suddenly continue. And every additional second benefits Byrna's philosophy. Then of course we have Mushy. A hero that loves long fights. A hero that loves scaling. A hero that loves survivability. And Byrna provides all three. The healing helps Mushy's summons remain active. The sustain keeps pressure building. And the increased health pools make the entire structure even more difficult to remove. The result is exactly what Mushy wants. Time. Finally we arrive at Polaris. Because magical compositions continue becoming more powerful. Polaris amplifies magical damage. Byrna amplifies survivability. Together they create a structure where pressure and sustain continuously grow at the same time. And Guardians. That combination is terrifying. Because while some heroes win battles with a single moment, Byrna wins battles through accumulation. Small advantages. Repeated healing. Additional energy. Growing health pools. Continuous support. Everything slowly stacking until the enemy realizes they are no longer winning. And that is exactly why Byrna has become one of the most respected support heroes in Hero Wars today. She doesn't need to be the star. She simply makes everyone else shine brighter. Stay tuned, stay sharp. And as always, salute and friendship.